Hello, hello, you talented stars and starlets. It's your stage mom here, Chantele Francis. And if this is your first time on my channel, then welcome. Please make sure you subscribe right down below. So this channel is all about artists, creatives, and performers leveling up in their entertainment career. But today is Woke Wednesday, and so I try to bring in some new age thinking, new age thoughts, maybe things that are a little bit outside of the box that might be usable in leveling up in our entertainment career. So today for Woke Wednesday, I thought we'd talk about chakras. So chakras, are kind of like a buzzword that we've been hearing probably for quite a while. If you've taken any yoga classes, many teachers will probably refer to the chakras. And this is going to be a very basic overview of the chakras and what they kind of do and what happens when they're blocked. We can go a lot deeper in each of the chakras, and I probably will go deeper in further videos, but for this one I just wanted to give just a little brief overview of what each of the chakras that are most common, what they do, and how to maybe work with them a little bit more in your life if they're blocked or if they're not blocked. So the chakras, there are 7 of them that are kind of the most dominant, most important, and you can see the 7 of them right here. So it goes all the way up this way, and they're going to be living in the body. So we'll start with the first chakra. So the first chakra is the base chakra. So it's going to be referred to by the color red. Now, all the chakras are spinning in different directions. So they're an energy center that are living through the body. As far as I know, there's not a physical, solid representation of a chakra within the body. As far as my understanding is that they are an energy center that is kind of like a spinning sphere, is spinning in the body. So the root chakra, the red, is going to be sitting at the root, so the base of your spine, right at the bottom. So when you're sitting down, kind of the area that connects to the floor, if you're sitting cross-legged on the floor, kind of like this guy, you can see that is where the root chakra is going to live. So the root chakra kind of represents the pelvic area, the right at the base of the spine. It's kind of that area on the bottom, and it's all about survival. It's all about instincts. It's earth. It's kind of your survival, your primal instinct. Like that's where it all sits, and the color red also will represent this energy. So if you want to kind of focus on your root chakra, wearing red, because it represents that primal energy, you will be able to kind of use that energy if you're wearing this color, or if you use any gemstones, so rubies, garnets, those are very strong in red. So it's going to have the energy of the root chakra within it. So if the root chakra is blocked, you may have some digestive issues. Your feet and your legs are kind of also represented by this, because you want to be grounded. If you feel ungrounded, could be a way that you're feeling a blocked energy in your root chakra. So getting grounded is going to be something that's going to be beneficial for you if you want to stabilize your root chakra. So you may have irrational fears if you're if you're blocked in this area. Nervousness that comes from being ungrounded, kind of unsettled. The verb is to be, is what the root chakra kind of stands for. And so if you don't feel solid and stable, how can you be your most you-ness, your most self? And so ways to ground, or to stabilize or unblock this area, would be to get grounded. So sometimes it's even as simple as getting your feet on actual grass or ground, or just getting connected with the actual earth is going to help ground you. Some aromatherapy will help a lot. Things like smelling a woodsy scent, like very earthy, minerally, that kind of scent is going to help you also get really in your body and grounded, as well as eating root vegetables. So vegetables that come from the ground are going to also carry some of this primal, sorry, I just kicked my camera, root energy, and that will also be beneficial in helping your energetic center of the root chakra get grounded. And so those are just a few little ways to use the root chakra. And understanding that it's always kind of working with you, but if it's unbalanced, these are ways to recognize that it is unbalanced. And then as I give you a few little tips on how to balance this chakra. So next up, as you can see here, the color orange. So this is your sacral chakra. So your sacral chakra is about to feel. It's your emotional center, your emotional needs, and also your creative center. So I also, when I think of these colors, I think of, if I want to channel my creative center, like I'm going to be thinking about orange or wearing orange or using the color orange because it's going to draw on that energy. Same with the red. If I wanted to draw on that energy, as I said, you could wear a red dress or red lipstick. It's going to give you some of that primal energy. So orange, sacral chakra, the emotional needs, and your feelings and your creativity, your creative life. And this sacral chakra, as we can see on this little guy, is right here. So right by the navel, by the belly button. And if you think about it, where is that going to affect? It's going to affect your stomach, your reproductive areas, sometimes your kidneys or your hips. Like that's kind of the area of the sacral chakra. And that's where life is formed. So the most profound creative center when you make a child is in that creative center, that area. And so that's represented by the color orange, and that's where that the sacral chakra energy is found. So when it's blocked, how you could recognize this will be things like addiction. So it's a water, I guess we call it a water sign. Root chakra would be the earth. This one, the emotional needs, anything emotional is going to be water based. So if you're going to put it to one of these, what's the word I want? Earth, wind, fire. Anyways, it's water elements. It's a water element. And so it's going to have, so if it's blocked, it's going to be addictions, maybe bladder issues, reproductive issues, sexual issues, or dysfunction is going to be blocked. That's how it's going to represent itself as a block, would be those things to be out of whack, out of sync. And if you want to unblock these areas, think about using water as a form of healing. Baths will be really, really beneficial to soothing this area. Also artistic expression. Of course, this is the creative center. So using your creative energy and allowing yourself to create is going to force that area to start spinning and working in the right way. If you're not exercising your creative muscle, then it's just going to become stuck and stagnant. And so that's when you'd see that, this area would be blocked. And so a way to unblock it is to start using it and use your creativity and your creative energy and creative expression. So if you want to maybe even use foods that are of the color orange, would be also very beneficial to helping get that energy, that sacral chakra energy and that flow going. So carrots, mangoes, and papaya, especially in kind of a juiced form, is going to have like that life force energy, that creative energy that's really, really great for the sacral chakra. For 7 years, up until about a year ago, I was dealing with uterine fibroids, and that's a reproductive malfunction, we'll say, or dysfunction in my body, and that's going to be residing in the sacral chakra. And I did find at that same time, I was feeling creatively stunted. I was feeling that I wasn't able to express myself and my body. I wasn't able to move properly, and when I connect all that together, I was also craving carrots, and I was craving orange juice, and like I was craving all these orange colored things. And so it could be coincidence, but I don't think there's anything such as coincidence, because that would be two things coinciding at the exact same point, the exact same time. So we'll say that this synchronicity, it was showing me that there was for sure a dysfunction or a malfunction in my sacral chakra. And it was also showing me how I can help repair it and how I can help shift that. And so I started doing more creative things. I started eating these orange stuff. And now, I did end up having a surgery to help with what the repercussions were from the fibroids. But now, though, I don't have those cravings anymore, and I've also still keep on having them in my life. So keeping that area nourished, keeping my creative juices flowing, making these videos every day is part of me nourishing my sacral chakra. So just, you know, if you have these cravings, maybe in general, just maybe take a look at what they could be representing, maybe a dysfunction in a certain area of your body or a certain energy center or one of the chakras. So then we have the solar plexus. So that's going one more up on the body. That's just kind of sitting above the navel, probably just around like the between where the two ribs meet is about where the sacral chakra is. And that is going to be represented by color yellow. So this is the sacral chakra. Oh, sorry, solar plexus. Did I say sacral? I meant solar plexus the whole time. Solar plexus, solar plexus, solar plexus, yellow. So this talks about to do. This is the fire element that's being represented here. It is like the igniting yourself, your confidence, your inner desire to do and to be and to act. Like this is where that all kind of stems from. The confidence is from the sacral chakra. So I keep on saying sacral. Oh, I wonder if this is a sign for me to do more focusing on it. Solar plexus, solar plexus, solar plexus. So when it's blocked, that you might have problems with indigestion. That's kind of the area that it represents, like the stomach, the liver, the pancreas. So any indigestion, any issues with weight. It's because if you think about it, it's like how you show up in the world, how you be is going to be affected if this area is blocked. So insecurity, you might find yourself having, low self-esteem, even posture might be representative of having a blocked solar plexus chakra. So people hunched over may be representing a block in this area. You know, if you want to be standing up, standing tall, and like exuding confidence. We talk about in, I think it's Brene Brown that talks about, you know, hands on your hips and, you know, chin up. And these are power stances because like that exudes confidence. And that is how your solar plexus chakra can be expressed and full and big. So papa is going to be exuding confidence. And so if it's blocked, though, you're going to have these indigestion, weightless issues. Sometimes even anger is representative of this chakra being blocked. If you think about it, you know, if you have low self-esteem, what's the easiest way to fake or to feign having self-esteem and having confidence is to be angry. So people are scared of you maybe and recoil, and you come across like some big giant, but really you're super small on the inside and sad. And so, you know, anger is like kind of like a feigned self-confidence, and it's kind of like I don't necessarily like using the word bullying, but it is a bullying tactic, is to like balloon and explode outward to make it seem as though you're confident, but really it's the complete opposite. It's just a mask for the smallness and the lack of self-esteem that's actually being represented on the inside. So this could be a way, if you are really angry, or if you know other people that are really angry, it could be that their solar plexus are blocked. So a way to release these blocks, exercise. You want to move that energy. It's an active chakra, an active energy center. You know, if you want it to move that energy, and exercise is one of the best ways in general to move energy, to shake things up, to change the way things are. It's a lot harder to stay angry or to stay in the moment. When you are exerting energy, you can't really be anything but your honest, truest expression of yourself. You usually can't be thinking about being sad. You can't, it just shakes all this stuff out. Like maybe when you stop moving this energy, these things can come back. But in the moment when you're exerting this energy, like there's no real focus on low self-esteem, or it really does invigorate you and rejuvenate your energy. And so it's a really great way to shake up any blocked energy in your solar plexus. What else? Mantras. We talk about mantras all the time. You know, this is changing your thoughts, changing the words that you speak. Do also have energetic patterns, and the vibration of these words do help shift energy as well. Like words are energy, emotions are energy in motion. And so if you change the words that you are speaking, you're going to change the energy around you and the energy of what you're seeing in your life. So getting mantras that are going to promote self-confidence, promote higher self-esteem, promote what else? You know, releasing any anger. Like you want to use these words and in these mantras to help shift that. Also, using your willpower. We do not do this enough because we are kind of in a society where we just we think, we want, we get, and putting in any extra effort that way, we kind of get easily distracted or bored. And so putting in willpower and setting kind of like goals, attainable goals for yourself, and doing, you know, even if it's like a small little checklist, like there's something that we've developed as a society that like when we do well and we get a little check mark, we feel better about ourselves. And so since we're kind of already programmed, you know, with our schooling system to respond this way, it's like you do well, you get a gold star, you do well, you get a check mark, you get a pat on the back. Well, how about you do small things and give yourself little pats on the back during the day? So it's like, okay, I'm going to make my list. I'm going to do my laundry today. I'm going to clean the kitchen. I'm going to read 10 pages of a book. I'm going to write, do some mantra work, etc. And checking them off. Nothing feels better than checking off a checklist. So that will also inspire some confidence, and that is going to make you feel better. That's going to also unblock those solar plexus. So give that a try, willpower, because, you know, knowing that you are able to succeed is a great feeling, and giving yourself little wins all the time is great for your confidence. So next is the heart. So the heart is actually in the center of the 7 obvious chakras. It's in the center of the metaphysical. It's considered the metaphysical heart. So it's a metaphysical center. And it is about nurturing and love. And so to love is kind of like what it all embodies, and it's represented by the color green. Sometimes you might see pink, but green is the most standard version of where the heart chakra sits. And yeah, it's the center of the body, it's center of all chakras. So we know about love, we know about loving, you know, we know about the heart, we understand about the heart and what the heart wants. But this energy center, so the heart chakra talks about obviously the heart area, the lungs, the chest are all kind of areas that the heart chakra represents, the circulatory systems. But when it's blocked, you may have circulatory problems. You might have lung issues, maybe things like codependency, not willing to be alone, or loneliness might affect you. You might hold grudges. It's kind of like when your heart chakra is blocked, the absence of love becomes more apparent, and then you end up blocking more love and that love energy, and that heart chakra is just not spinning, and it's not emitting its, you know, wonderful energetic glow. It's stopped, and so you're not getting any love in, and you're not giving any love out, and so it's just becomes stagnant. And so the absence of love would be loneliness. Could be grudges, because if you had, say, a love for somebody else and they did something to you that you can't let go of and allow the flow of love to come back, you may have a grudge for them for the fact that they are affecting you having this loving feeling, this loving energy between you two. And so this could definitely be a sign that the heart chakra is out of sync, out of whack. And so what else? Heart disease, jealousy. These are all ways that you're going to see blocked heart chakras. Respiratory issues also as well. If you think about the lungs, like that's life force, that's life energy. The heart's life force, life energy. Like that whole area right here is all about life force energy, and both are necessary for survival, like completely, like physiologically, the most important area is going to be the heart area, the heart chakra area. And so having any issues in this area is going to show you that there is some sort of blockages in the heart chakra area. Take a peek again. Right there, center of the body. So ways that you can maybe shift this heart is like forgiveness, is what I was saying before, because when you forgive, it's, what does Oprah say? She says that it's not saying that it was okay about what they did, but accepting that the past is never going to be any different, or something like that. I'll write it down in the comments if I can find out what this exact quote is. But forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you to move forward. Forgiveness is not saying that whatever negative thing may have happened is to go away and to forget about it, but to know that it can't be changed. It is something that has already occurred in the past, and how you move from this moment forward is only going to affect you moving forward. It doesn't you cannot change the past. I think that was what the most important part of her quote is. You can't change the past, so let's change from this point forward and how we can create our future. So you want to practice gratitude. We talk about gratitude pretty much every single video, and how, you know, all the little things that we have in our life, being grateful and gracious for them. Be gracious and grateful for our heart beating for us every day, being able to take a fresh, deep breath of fresh air every single day. Like we wake up, we breathe. And if you think about it, when you're a baby, you come out of your mother's body, and the first thing you do is you take a gasp of air. Like that is life force being ignited into you. And so, you know, practicing gratitude is keeping that flow, that life force going, and honoring and respecting that, and giving gratitude for it is going to allow, you know, more things to be grateful for in your life. To, you know, if you're not grateful for what you have, you will not be able to attract any more things to be grateful for in your life. You have to make room for it by being thankful, being grateful. It just keeps the cycle going, and it makes room for more things to be grateful for to come in. What else? Respecting boundaries. That's a really great way to help unblock your heart chakra. You know, sometimes we feel as though saying yes to everything is great, like you're being extra giving, but if you're not respecting yourself and what yourself needs and how you need to operate in this world, then it's actually doing a disservice to yourself. So respecting your own boundaries and the boundaries of others is really a great way to start really respecting your heart and your inner self and your inner being. And obviously opening your heart and your lungs are great. So breathing exercises, we talked already about a little bit about, you know, the first breath you take when you're born, but like if you do there's so many breathing exercises and breathing mantras, and people talking about how you can transcend reality through breath work. I've done one really intense, it was like a 3-hour breath workshop once, and we did 3 different types of breathing. And it was very challenging because, you know, you want to do other things and you get bored and you get tired. And like, it's just, there's a lot of stuff will start coming up when you start doing a really committed long breath work session. And by the end of it, like, I was transcended to like another dimension, like everything in my body tingled. I like was having these visions, like I was profoundly psychic. I was living in different dimensions. Like it was pretty miraculous what I was able to experience through just really oxygenating my blood and my body. And so if you want to invigorate your heart chakra, doing some breath work and getting some more oxygen into your body could be really helpful, and you can see what the results would be. So getting more, your lungs really working to its full capacity, and you know, you having oxygen pumping through your blood, like how, like it can't be bad. Like just, let's just give it a go and see if it will help unblock your heart chakra if you're having any issues in that area. The next one that's coming up is we have blue, and that's for the throat chakra. So you can see that sits over here in the throat, this area right here. And so the throat chakra, very self-explanatory, but it is I speak. And so, you know, this is where we express our truths. Like we feel them in our sacral chakra, and we learn how to nurture them and to create them. But now the expression of them is invigorated through the throat chakra. And so obviously this area kind of represents the throat, the neck, the shoulders. These are all the mouth, the jaw. This is kind of all the throat, like this, the I speak area, I express area. If they're blocked, you may have pains in your shoulder, pains in your jaw. Like, you know, sometimes people get locked jaw. It's like, oh, like maybe you're having issues with expressing yourself, expressing your truth. If you see anybody or yourself, if you're excessively talking, or the complete opposite, you're not talking or expressing yourself verbally at all, could show that there is a block in this area. Excessive talking is kind of overdoing it, and so it's probably to mask the fact that you don't actually have something to say, or you feel as though you do not have something to say, and so you just kind of overtalk just to mask the fact that you don't feel that you can actually speak your truth. So yeah, blocked could be shoulder pains, excessive talking. What else? If even actually having just speaking issues or speaking difficulties, if it's an impediment, or what other impediments are there? I guess like stutters, or any sort of difficulty with expression is going to be a blocked throat chakra. So think about it, when you cat's caught your tongue, like, okay, maybe my throat chakra is affected here, and maybe I need to figure out how to open it so I can easily be able to express my truth, express myself. So there's 3 really easy ways that you can do to help with your voice. And one is start singing. A lot of people would never even sing in the shower by themselves. And so singing is going to help open up this throat chakra, as well as chanting. Chanting used in a lot of, definitely Buddhism, they use chanting, but many cultures use chanting as a way of getting meditative. And this also is helping with their throat chakra, keeping it in motion and using that expression to open it up and keeping it in the flow and keep that energy going. So chanting is a great one. You can find hundreds of chanting mantras or chanting videos on YouTube. So if you want to kind of look into how you can start chanting, you could be chanting specific mantras that could help with, I don't know, with abundance, with like weight loss, with like finding love. Like there's many different mantras that you could be using. And it could also just be just as easy as mantras to help you with your self-expression. So chanting is another one. And then journaling. So even just getting your thoughts out on paper. I've mentioned many times about The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And she talks about doing morning pages every morning for about half an hour, writing out 3 full pages of just mind gunk, just getting things out without any judgment, without any fear that anybody's going to read it, without any method, nothing. You don't have to do anything but just write and keep writing for half an hour. And you know, that is also a way to open up your form of expression, not being afraid of what you're putting on the paper, not editing what you're putting down there is going to help you become more comfortable with just allowing yourself to express without feeling the necessity to edit or to control or to be very particular as to what you show about yourself. It just makes you become more raw, more vulnerable, and get all that gunk out. Like all those, if you want to put all your negative thoughts down there, go for it. If you want to put your hopes, dreams, and ambitions, go for it. If you want to put like blah, 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 I don't know what to say, this is stupid, go for it. It's just getting it out there and not feeling the need to have a perfect piece of writing when you're just doing these morning pages every morning. And so those are 3, I think, great ways just to start, you know, getting your throat chakra moving. A little harder one would maybe be getting up and doing any sort of speaks or little talks. If you are an artist or a performer, maybe doing Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, and just starting to get out there and speak on a regular without being nervous or preventing yourself from doing it. Like just get out there and start talking. There are different groups. When we can go back into meetups and different group activities, you can find them. I can't remember what they're called right now, but there are groups where you can go and you can present different ideas, and then people can show you like how you come across as a speaker. It's like a speaking group that helps people become more proficient speakers. So you can practice speaking in front of people, and they don't even need to know what your topic is. It may not be your ideal customer or your ideal audience, but you could start practicing being in front of an audience of strangers. And so those would be another, like kind of a level up of expressing your throat chakra, but it's something that you could consider as well. And since we're in times of quarantine, using Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, YouTube Lives are super easy to just start voicing your own thoughts and opinions, or whatever, your talents or your truth, whatever. Then we have the third eye chakra. So that's right up here, right over here. It's going to be indigo. Indigo is the color for the third eye chakra. Let's let you stare at this for a little bit to get really in there. So third eye, of course, it's to see. When we talk about being spiritual and you know, psychics, you know, they talk about the third eye and being able to see through your third eye. So to see and you know, your seeing eye, your all-seeing eye is right here in the third chakra. You see in many different depictions of, you know, there's like an actual eye that's here, your third eye. And so, yes, it's how you dream. It's how you foretell. It's how you can manifest. It's how you use your imagination. It's all right in there in your third eye chakra. And so this is where your intuition dwells. This is where everything begins. This is where you start seeing your manifestations. And so if you have, so this kind of affects that area, obviously. So, you know, your forehead, your eyes, your sinus area, your ears are going to be all areas. Your pituitary gland, so that's kind of like on the inside, right down here. Those are going to be affected by the third eye chakra. And so when it's blocked, headaches, confusion, if you're having any nightmares, this could be, you know, your third eye chakra is out of sync, out of whack. And so if you want to shift this, we talk about it all the time, but we'll talk about it again. Meditation and hypnosis are going to be ways that you can help heal or just rebalance the third eye chakra. So hypnosis, meditation, so many videos on YouTube would be helpful for doing this. You can even probably search like how to balance my third eye chakra, and you'll find music, meditation music, hypnosis sessions, 8-hour hypnosis sessions that will help you balance your third eye chakra. And so you can also incorporate this color into your life. So if you want to bring, and you can do it with any of the chakra colors if you want to start to balance it. But this one in particular, just because the third eye is so powerful and it's so seeing. So if you're seeing this color all the time, your third eye is going to pick up that indigo color, and it's going to do its magic. It's going to start, because you're going to be seeing it. It's going to help you rebalance that third eye chakra. What else? If you want to balance it or unblock that area, you're going to have to start trusting in your intuition, trusting in your higher self, trusting in the knowledge that there is more to be seen, that you can see right in front of you, that the possibility that you are spiritual, that you can connect spiritually. Having these beliefs will help you be more open-minded to having your third eye chakra be unblocked. Yes, you're gonna have to start bonding with yourself spiritually, start connecting with yourself spiritually, and start believing in yourself spiritually will help you with your third eye chakra. And then last but not least, we got violet. So violet, that's the crown chakra right up here. Sometimes it's going to be referred to as a white color. And so right up here is the crown chakra. And then on our little map here, you can see it's right at the top of the head. And this is where we get the divine connection. So this is to understand is what its verb is. And it's kind of to understand divine knowledge, divine understanding, conscious understanding, conscious beliefs. That's where it's all coming in from. All from the ethers is coming through the crown chakra, and it actually sends all the energy down through all your chakras. Whenever I usually start a meditation, I usually take the divine energy from, all the way up in the center of the universe, and I bring that divine white energy down into my crown chakra, and I allow that divine white light energy to fall down, and then I move it through all my chakras down through to the root chakra, and then from the root chakra sending roots of this divine white light energy down to the center of the earth, and then I have it loop back up. And so it flows all the way down through me, down to the center of the earth, and all the way back up to the center of the universe. And that's kind of like, a quick Cliff Notes version of, how I do a meditation or a guided meditation, usually if I want to get people centered or get myself centered. And so this is our connection to the spiritual and the spiritual realm. So if you're blocked in this area, your crown chakra is blocked, you're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel like you're out of touch with your divinity, with your higher self, with your consciousness. Like you're going to feel that you're not in sync with the universe. And so people also may find that they're having fears of the occult, fears of spirituality, fears of especially the unknown. And this is basically you closing yourself off from your higher self, closing yourself up from your intuition, closing yourself off from, the knowledge that the universe is giving to you. And so, simple ways to do it, to open up, is actually the So you hear all the time, like people in yoga classes for sure, at the end, they're like, and that energy and that sound of the OHM is one that's able to help shift the energy of the crown chakra. And that vibration of the it resonates with connecting to the universe, connecting to your higher self, connecting to the divine. And then, of course, meditation, transcendental meditation, especially because when you transcend, you go to other realms. I've had meditations where I've told you about the breathing one, but I've had other meditations where I have been able to transcend. I was doing TM twice a day, 20 minutes morning, 20 minutes nights for at least a year. And in those times, I was able to really connect. And I found that there was more space and there was more time for me to do things, even though I took this time, these 20 minutes and 20 minutes where I felt like I didn't have enough time. It seemed to have helped me stretch time. So I had more time in my day to do other things. An amazing quote from Wayne Dyer, if I'm not mistaken, it's his. He says that the space between the notes creates the music. And I love the beauty of this quote, because like if you just had a sound that was just like, bah, how is that music? But it's like, it was like, even if it was just like one note, it's like, ba, 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 ba. Like already there is more magic going on than if it was just a constant sound. But once you break it up with breath, with music, with sound, you're able to create the music. And I feel that when you take some moments in meditation, take some moments to transcend, it's kind of like you're putting the breath and the space between the notes, and it's allowing for the evolving of, you know, your spiritual growth, your spiritual development. And in creativity or music, it's going to be the melody, the song, the magic of the melody. And so got to bring more breath into your life, more space and transcendence into your world, because all in all, when your chakras are all in balance, you're going to see everything in your world also going to be in balance, and you're going to see wonderful things occur. So I hope you learned something. I talked a lot. I don't know if I said everything. There's a million more things that I can say for all of them, all the above. Any crystals that represent those colors are also great to carry around if you want to have that energy of the crystal and the color and the chakra. Carry that with you. It will help you unblock them as well. As I said before, eating foods that are going to be similar to those colors, you know, it's going to help you unblock those areas. So I'll do another follow-up video about the chakras. We can go a lot deeper. Maybe we'll do just one chakra and we can kind of go deep, 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 deep. We can really, really talk about, like, you know, the sound vibration of each chakra, like what happens, what other chakras do they work well with, how to use them with tarot. Like, you can use chakras for a lot of things, how to unbalance them physically. You can use a pendulum. There's a lot of things that you can do with your chakras, but this is just a basic overview. So I hope you learned something. I hope you found it interesting. I find everything I learn on Woke Wednesdays interesting because it's just like going a little bit deeper. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, and so I feel like going to these other realms is kind of like, you know, it's like junk food for the spiritual junkie. I guess so. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please make sure you subscribe down below. Like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment, ring that bell so you can get an update every day on what is going on. And of course, as always, I will see you in the spotlight. Take care, guys.